Sturgeon make new friend as Boris's party scandal got leaked lead to Scottish independence boosted. Scottish independence could be getting a significant boost in support over Boris Johnson's ongoing Christmas party woes, Lib Dem MP Nicola Moran suggested. Some Scottish Tories have become disillusioned with Prime Minister Boris Johnson this week, disappointed with the news of an alleged secret Christmas party at Number 10 last year. The accusations built after a video of the now former Press Secretary Allegra Stratton was leaked to the press earlier this week. Lib Dem MP Nicola Moran told LBC the Prime Minister's response to the scandal could deliver the SNP an unexpected bonus in support of Scottish independence. Responding to a question from listeners, Ms Moran said, "Well, what you've been expressing, George, is what I'm hearing from Conservative voters in England as well who are lifelong Tories. I've had 3 email me today. I met a bunch of them in Cheshire and I understand there are a number of them in North Shropshire, who have been talking about it today. On the doors, there's a by-election there next week of lifelong Tories who consider themselves Conservative but do not identify with Boris Johnson." Ms Moran added, "And I think there is an opportunity there for those parties who can defeat him in seats. And I think it's going to be interesting to see where this lands at the next election, but I think it also true to say that he is toxic for the Union. Boris Johnson is the SNP's best friend and it's interesting today that Douglas Ross and others, Tories, Scots have been out with their guns blazing against this today. Especially because they can see the damage that this is going to do in the spectre of another referendum. Boris Johnson has survived a bid to reduce his salary and censure him over his conduct, amid claims he has demonstrated himself to be a liar. SNP Westminster leader Ian Blackford accused the Prime Minister of presiding over scandal after scandal and urged Conservative MPs to join opposition parties in criticising Mr Johnson's behaviour. Several SNP MPs made allegations about Mr Johnson's relationship with the truth as their party tabled a motion accusing him of frequently violating the 6th principle of public life, honesty. Mr Blackford's motion also criticised Mr Johnson for his handling of the Sleaze Row, giving peerages to Conservative Party donors and said his ministerial salary should be reduced by £41,567 per year. But after a tetchy 3-hour debate, described at one stage by Deputy Speaker Dame Rosie Winterton as a slanging match, MPs rejected the SNP motion by 321 votes to 214, majority 107. Deputy Commons Speaker Dame Eleanor Lang had warned Mr Blackford and other MPs taking part in the debate to use temperate and parliamentary language, saying, "Those speaking in favour of the motion should set out their arguments clearly. Intemperate abuse is as out of order on this motion as much as on any other." But she said a relaxation of the rules would be allowed because the debate was about Mr Johnson's conduct specifically, adding, "In this particular case, because it is a substantive motion of this kind, arguments intended to criticise or defend that conduct are in order, therefore things may be said which the chair would not normally permit in other proceedings." Ms Moran has not been the only MP to criticise Boris Johnson's leadership this week. SNP Westminster leader Ian Blackford tried to hold Johnson to account yesterday during Prime Minister's questions. Mr Blackford said, "Trust and leadership is a matter of life and death. Downing Street wilfully broke the rules and mocked the sacrifices we have all made, shattering the public trust. The Prime Minister is responsible for losing the trust of the people. He can no longer lead on the most pressing issue facing these islands." The SNP leader repeated his point again. Mr Blackford said, "People across these islands have followed the rules even when it meant missing friends and family, missing births, missing funerals, missing the chance to be beside a loved one in their dying moments. People have sacrificed at times to the point of breaking, while the UK government has laughed in their faces. It is clear that this Prime Minister has lost the support of the public and now even of his own benches. Every member of the Conservative benches must now decide, is this the man to lead these islands when lives are at stake? It is time for members in this House to act. If he doesn't resign, then he must be removed."